Good morning, everyone. It's Pastor Tim Hammy, First Assembly of God here in Burlington, Kansas. Hey, I want to just speak to you this week on the subject of worship. This will probably come up several times, and I want to speak to you about worship. We kind of understand what worship is, but we sometimes have a misconception of what worship is. And so this week I want to encourage you in the aspect of worship. So in Matthew 4:10, it says, "Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve." In John 4:20 through 24, it says this, and in the New King James Version. "Our fathers worshipped on the mountain, and you Jews say that in Jerusalem, in the place where one ought to worship. Jesus said to her, Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when you will neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem worship the Father. You will worship what you do not know. We know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews. But the hour is coming, now is, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father is seeking such to worship him. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and in truth." Worship, let me introduce you. Eugene Peterson, one of my favorite authors, he writes this about worship. He says, "Worship does not satisfy our hunger for God. It whets our appetite. Our need for God is not taken care of by engaging in worship. It depends its overflow that the hour and permeates the week." So this week we're going to deal with worship. It's going to be kind of extensive, and maybe you have an idea what worship is. We know that in other countries they worship idols, they worship things. Even in our country we have things that people worship, like money, like self. But this week I want to talk to you about worshiping God. Putting God as a priority in your life. Maybe you never really thought about it. Maybe you go to a church service and they open the hymn and you sit there and go, what's this all about? Well, I want to talk to you about worshiping the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. And you say, well, why are you going to talk to me in a week about devotions, about worship, when we're not even in church? That's the only place you worship. I found it very interesting that you can worship wherever you're at the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I found it several times when I travel that I will put on a praise and worship CD or whatever, and I'll listen to it and I'll sing with it. And I don't sing very well, but I sing with it, and I can worship there. I can worship when I pray and walk. I can worship while I'm riding my bike. I can worship the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. It's not always where you're worshiping, is who you're worshiping. So this morning I want to pray for you. It's a short entry to the devotional, but I want to pray for you, and then we're going to get into this. Lord, I thank you so much. I pray that you bless everybody today. Lord, give them a great Monday in your name. Amen. God bless you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.